From the Mean Business release from 1986, that is The Firm with All the King's Horses.
One of my albums of all time.
Well, I kind of played that for you because I know how big of a fan of The Firm you are. I
loved The Firm, but I loved that album. I mean, the first album was okay with Radioactive and, and that was a cool song, but Mean Business, start to finish, is just fucking great.
Yeah, they gelled.
Yeah, it's so good. And a tragedy that band didn't carry on.
Yeah.
That band was awesome.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that it was kind of an all-star band.
Yeah.
And those all-star bands don't normally last that long. I mean, look at the damn Yankees. They lasted, 2 records?
Yeah, and that's it.
And Firm lasted 2 records, and it's projects like that they have a tendency to be pretty damn good sometimes, but they're not meant to last.
Yeah, I don't know. I love that record. Tear Down the Walls is my jam, though. I love that. I like that one too. All the King's Horses. That's a great one. They're all great. Fortune Hunter.
They're like all my children. I can't pick the one I like the best.
Free to Live. Every one of those songs is fucking awesome. Yeah. It's just sad because the saddest part is Jimmy and Paul, neither one of them did shit after for a long time.
Yeah, for the most part, until, Paul rejoined Bad Company.
Yeah, and I mean, there was Coverdale Page, but that wasn't until the mid-90s.
Yeah, and that was a really great record, a very strong record, and I guess there was a second one in the planning, but that's when Robert decided to come out of his hiding there and take advantage of the momentum that Jimmy was building up and the re-interest in that style of music with David Coverdale.
Right.
I mean, I remember I interviewed David Coverdale back in 2000. I think it was like 2002 or 2003. Mm-hmm. And I had brought that up to him, and I said, do you believe that Robert Plant was looking at you going, hey, this guy's stealing my shtick. I can't allow that, and basically reunited with Jimmy Page. And he says, well, I hope that's the impetus. He says, if I could be credited with breaking a stick off in Robert's ass to get him going again, I'll take that.
Nice. Yeah. What, have you heard the new Whitesnake songs at all?
I have.
What do you think?
It's Whitesnake. I mean, it's not like groundbreaking or anything. It's okay.
Yeah, I hated the "Shut Up and Kiss Me"
song.
Yeah,
that was really cheesy. I know it was kind of a throwback. It was trying to have harbingers of the past, especially when they were lining up the Jaguars.
Yeah.
It
definitely was, here I go again kind of thing. But yeah, I are you excited for the new record or not at all?
No, I'm a big fan. I'm not sitting there going, oh my God, I can't wait till that comes out. I'm more excited about those box set that they've released.
Did you get it yet?
I haven't bought it yet. I'm going to get it. But just, watching the unboxing.
Yeah.
It's like, man, there's a lot of good shit in there.
I listened to it. It's pretty good. It's pretty strong.
What, the new Whitesnake?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it sounds like Whitesnake. I mean, it's not like, man, this is just like, they've really pushed the limit on this one.
Yeah. No, not the new one, the Slide It In box set.
Oh, the box set. Okay, yeah.
I listened to it. I had most of it, actually, because it has the British version and the American version, and then there's some kind of remixed version, and I had all that stuff. So most of it I kind of had, but if you're a fan, like for you who collects that kind of shit, it's worth having.
Right.
For me, hearing it on Google Play was good enough. My $10 a month, that's enough.
Not interested in owning it physically, but what the hell?
Yeah, I'll just continue to ruin music by paying my legal $10 a month and just listen to it until I'm bored with it.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I owned the product, it would already be on the shelf. I would have listened to it once like I did, and then I'd have just thrown it on the shelf.
Yeah.
Probably never to be heard from again. would have ripped it and uploaded it somewhere and then used it to stream in my car.
Sure. Well, here's something, since we're talking about Whitesnake. I guess I think you shared this with me. This happened about a week or so ago. David Coverdale was being interviewed, and for those of you who may or may not know the music business, the artist development guy, John Kolodner, who worked with a lot of bands. I mean, John Kolodner's responsible for a lot of successful bands.
Yeah, indirectly responsible for the Classic Metal Show.
Yeah.
Indirectly.
Yeah. He worked with Dokken. He worked with Whitesnake and Foreigner and Aerosmith and Bon Jovi, and the list just goes on and on. The guy has a resume that's as long as the
Peter North stick.
Yeah, something. But he worked with AC/DC, and I mean the guy has just been amazing.
Sure.
Had an amazing career. He retired. You may know who this guy is. You probably have seen him in he made a few cameos in music videos. He was in the Jackal video.
Aerosmith.
He was in the Aerosmith video for Dude Looks Like a Lady. He was the judge in the Sammy Hagar video for I Can't Drive 55.
Right.
He's the guy with the glasses and the long beard, kind of a hippie looking guy.
And he had the big beard before it was cool.
Yeah. So he was a hipster before being a hipster was cool.
Yep.
But anyway, he retired a few years back. He had a bout with cancer, and I guess he beat that. And Chris and I have a mutual friend who launched his personal website.
Right, and the CMS website.
Yeah, that's true. And, I got to meet John Kolodner one time. He came into Akron to the Poison show in, what was it? That was 2000. Yeah, it was 2000 or 2001.
Dude, that's crazy. That was almost 20 years ago.
Yeah. And he made the trip in for the Poison show, and so I got to meet him then.
Right.
And, he's just kind of a reclusive guy now. And in fact, in that Here I Go Again video for Whitesnake, the white Jaguar, that's his.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The other one was David Coverdale's, and John Kolodner's was the white one, I believe.
Right.
So anyway, the guy is just very influential. But apparently, David Coverdale doesn't really have a whole lot to say about John Kolodner.
No, not at all.
Even though they were very close, and John Kolodner was very, very responsible for the success of Whitesnake.
Right.
David Coverdale has slammed former A&R executive John Kolodner as a pain in the arse.
Ooh, big words there.
Who has burnt pretty much every bridge of everyone he's worked with. Kolodner, whose 10-year span post-Atlantic, Geffen, Columbia, and Sanctuary was legendary for discovering, signing, and working with a wide array of artists. For his signature style, trademark John Lennon-style wire-rim glasses, shoulder-length locks, ZZ Top beard, and always wearing white. During his 30-plus year career in the music business, Kolodner played a major role in the careers of AC/DC, Aerosmith, Foreigner, Bon Jovi, among many others. After becoming the first A&R executive for David Geffen, then new label Geffen Records in 1980, he oversaw the production of Whitesnake's self-titled 1987 album, which featured the band's pop metal hits Here I Go Again and Still the Night, and sold more than 8 million copies.
Wow.
Some people don't sell 8 million copies in their whole catalog.
Yeah.
Let alone one record.
But Coverdale doesn't respect this guy.
Yeah. In a recent interview with the Let There Be Talk podcast, Coverdale was asked by the host Dean Del Rey what Kolodner was like to work with around the time of the release of the Whitesnake record. He was a pain in the ass, David responded. I don't have a good word to say about him anymore. He served a purpose for for each other. We served a purpose for each other at the time. He burnt pretty much every bridge of everyone he's worked with, including me. I said to him, don't call me on my birthday. He would call me on my birthday and stuff. And I said, not anymore. Enough already. He did some stupid TV documentary where he was extremely rude. He's not interesting to me.
Get over it, David. He made you your money.
Yeah. Coverdale added, there are some people who come into your life for a period of time, and his time was up. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
According to...
you know what? I get that, and I get that he's probably, had some backdoor bad dealings with him. But Jesus Christ, go look at that fucking nice house that you're sitting in right now, and remember, without this guy, you ain't sitting there.
Yeah, that's true.
He's playing clubs if it wasn't for the work that Kolodner did with him. He put out, because let's be honest, the album before the 87 album, Slide It In, better than the 87 album.
Yeah.
Musically is much better. Didn't sell dick because it didn't have that Kolodner, whatever that sound that Kolodner, he may be a total dick, but the guy could hear what music needed.
Yeah, exactly. He knew what was going to work.
Yeah. And David didn't. Prior to that, I've told you this, I've said it on the show many times, I love those old Whitesnake albums.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that, Snake Bite, those are great records. But none of them sold until Kolodner put his fucking thumb on it.
That's true.
And then it sold. So David should calm down a little bit. Just be like, yeah, John Kolodner. Yeah, haven't heard from him in a while.
Yeah.
Hope he's doing well. And then move on.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, why diss the guy? He's not into business anymore. You don't work with him. It's just like, yeah, he was really instrumental in my career, and I thank him for his efforts.
Yeah, thanks a lot, dude. Thanks for my house. Thanks for my cars. I'll see ya.
Yeah.
That's all I had to say.
Yeah. I sent that article over to Don. He says, wow. But I have to admit, he abandoned his friends when it was over. He doesn't return my calls either. I gave up on him. He's bitter.
I wonder why Kolodner's so bitter.
I don't know. Maybe he just felt like maybe guys like David Coverdale's like, look, I helped your ass all these years, and this is how you treat me or return the favor or talk about me.
Is he still in touch with Nikki?
I don't know.
I'd be curious. Why don't you reach out to her? Are you still in contact with Nikki?
Andy.
Who am I thinking?
Her former husband.
Yeah, it was Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you still in touch with Andy?
I haven't had any contact with her for years, but I'm sure I could reach out to her.
And reach out if you would. Reach out, and if it's not, I don't know why you're not in contact with her. I'm assuming just because you moved.
Yeah, just because not, close proximity.
Yeah, reach out and just see if she has any contact with him or if there was a falling out there or whatever. Not even to get him on the show. I just would be curious if I wonder, hearing Don say that and hearing Coverdale say this and whatnot, if maybe when he jumped out of the business, he just said, well, I'm cutting all fucking ties.
He may have done that. He may have just said, you know what, I'm done. I'm going reclusive. I
don't want to be famous anymore.
I'm putting that all behind me.
Yeah, I've got my probably $100 million in the bank. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Well, I got to admit, though, that was a real highlight for me as a music fan to meet John Kolodner face to face.
When you shook his hand, did you say his name twice?
John Kolodner.
Yeah. I love it, John.
Yeah. Well, if you look on any of the albums that he had his finger on, you'll see that John Kolodner.
Yeah, which I never. Do you even know what that was about?
Well, yeah, it's John Kolodner of John Kolodner.
Oh, like
that's his business brand. His business is John Kolodner, but he's John Kolodner of John Kolodner.
Right.
So, yeah, but it was cool. I was glad I had the chance to just chat him up for a couple of minutes and say hello and. That kind of a thing, because the guy is legendary.
Sure, but unfortunately, he's cut you out of his life as well.
Yeah, I've been cut out too. So I'm sorry I ever met that bastard.
Yeah, he hasn't contacted you since you last contacted him.
Yeah, pal.
What the fuck? He hasn't returned my calls in 19 years.
Exactly. Yeah, it's too good though. But that's one of the highlights of the being involved with the CMS is I got to two that stand out for me: meeting Lemmy and meeting John Clodner.
Yeah, Lemmy made it all worthwhile.
Oh yeah, definitely legendary guys in the business.
Yeah, certainly. And now that we can't meet Lemmy, that makes it even more legend,
and not only that, but I got to meet him at the most famous place of all while he was playing his video game at the Rainbow.
Yeah, now if you just would have got a good photo of that.
He just would not have allowed me. I was going to get a picture, and his manager was like, no pictures.
They escorted you right the fuck out of there.
Yeah, so I respected him and didn't take a picture.
I gotta say, I probably would have done the over-the-shoulder selfie or something.
Yeah, I wish I could have. I
would have had to. It's Lemmy, for fuck's sake.
I know, I get it, but it was just like, okay, I respect the guy.
Yeah. I get it. That would have been a tough call. I would have left that place pretty disappointed if I didn't walk out with a Lemmy photo.
Well, I wanted to, but denied.
Yep.
All right. Outside of the music realm there.
Yes.
I know that you disengaged yourself from politics and all kinds of stuff. I know that to you, that's not really anything that you focus on or even care to know about aside from what I bring to the show.
Sure.
But for me, as somebody in my middle age, I'm 55 now, and I grew up in what I would consider a normal childhood, and I've had success in this country, and whether I agree with the current political political environment or who's in the office. I mean, I'll admit I did not like the Clinton years, didn't like the Obama years. I wasn't a big fan of George Bush.
Right.
I like the Reagan years. I love the Trump years so far.
What? You're kidding, you?
I mean, Trump is just the guy. I mean, he is not a politician. He is unpolished. He's just like, the thing I like about Trump is he's a troll. I like how he trolls everybody and makes fun of everybody and just like, fuck you. I'm president. You're not.
Right.
And he wears that. He doesn't, I'm sorry for that harsh language. Oh, I'll try to do better. He's not like that. He's like, yeah, fuck you.
Right.
And I like that. When he was running for president 3 years ago, rather, all the media was always the brash billionaire. Mm-hmm. That was his tag. And it's like, yeah, I like that brashness.
Right.
I like that. I like the guy who tells it like it is. Well, since his election, there is a little bit of upheaval in this country. I blame Obama for most of it. For the poor race relations out there and the media as well for trumping it up, pun not intended.
Yeah, right.
But this special interest stuff, this transgender stuff, you got to be sensitive to all the gays. You got to be sensitive to this. You got to be sensitive to the Muslims. You have to be this. I'm tired of walking on eggshells.
Well, yeah, but people are making that choice. That's their own fucking fault.
Well, that is true. But the thing is they feel the social pressure that if they step out of line, everybody's afraid about being castigated.
There's no social pressure until the people start allowing it in.
I agree. And that's a perfect segue into what I'm going to talk about here in a minute.
Okay.
But as you say, and as we say, and this show survives because of the attitude that you bring to the table as well as myself, that we don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes we get a little backlash, but surprisingly, it's not that bad. And one guy that we, brought onto the show and hailed for his sense of humor and making light of a situation was our good friend Rick Camuglia.
Oh yeah,
with his Black Olives Matter.
Right.
And he made a killing on those shirts.
Yes, he did.
And he became a friend of the show. I see him periodically post on Facebook on something you may have put up there, if I'm scanning through there just to see if anybody's chiming in.
Right.
But Rick Camuglia, cool guy, metal fan, likes what we do. We like what he does. We like his unapologetic way that he went about, making kind of light of Black Lives Matter.
Yes, he did.
And he profited from that.
Yeah.
Well,
because
he didn't cave. Well, here's a guy who doesn't cave either.
Okay.
This one made me laugh. And I'm going to get one of these shirts just like I got the Black Olives Matter shirt.
Yeah, you got to wear that on the show now that we're doing video.
I should. Yeah, I'll wear it. I'll wear it like in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks when I come back, I'll wear it on the show.
Okay.
I forget about the whole camera business and that I can kind of be an advertisement for shit.
Yeah.
In a way.
And if you want to have your stuff advertised on our show,
give
us a call.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll wear your hat and your shirt.
Yeah, it sounds like just like the Rev. Send me your band shirt. I'll wear it.
I'll wear it. Just $50.
Yeah.
Watch, me and you gonna turn into fucking Kiss. First segment, you're wearing a Rick Camuglia shirt. I'm wearing a Red Rain shirt. Next segment, we're changing shirts to wear other band gear.
Yeah.
It's fucking, hey, look at
Hey, if you want your shirt on a segment of the CMS.
Yeah, it's only $50.
Yeah, and I'll wear it during a full segment.
That's right. And for 20 more, I'll put on your hat.
Yeah. Well, here's a guy much like Rick Camuglia.
Yeah.
Who did a very similar thing.
Mm-hmm.
A barbecue business is selling pro LGBTQ shirts.
Okay. Pro shirts.
Yeah, pro LGBTQ shirts.
Okay.
Standing for Liberty, Guns, Bible, Trump, and Barbecue.
Oh, jeez.
They sell out despite the backlash.
That's pretty good.
I like it. A food truck owner in Williamstown, Kentucky faced backlash for selling a T-shirt advertising his business on social media. However, the additional attention has caused the controversial swag to sell out.
Nice.
Just like Rick. Just like Black Olives Matter. The guy couldn't keep up with, he was getting so many orders all over the world.
He went from being a pizza shop to a T-shirt shop.
Yeah, exactly. Bell's Smoke and Barbecue owner Jamie Smith shared a photo of the shirt on the business's Facebook page on Thursday, and the message went viral quickly.
Right.
The shirts in question read, "I support LGBTQ, Liberty, Guns, Bible, Trump, and Barbecue." And people weren't just offended because barbecue does not start with the letter Q, and that's not how acronyms work.
Boo. Yeah, here they are, only $13.
Yeah.
On T Public. Liberty, Guns, Beer, and Trump, or does it have to be barbecue as well?
Well, that's his business, is barbecue.
This might not be the same shirt. I'm looking for the shirt.
This is called Bell's Smokin' Barbecue.
Bell's Smokin'
BBQ.
Those are bulls.
Like a bell. Ding. Bell.
Oh, there it is. Bell's Smokin' Barbecue. I'm trying to find the shirt. There it is. Let me pop that up on the screen here. Share screen. Wow. Start share. All right. There we go.
Yep, there it is. I see it.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Simple bigotry, sad commentary for business. Good luck going broke, one person wrote on a since deleted post. Pussy.
Yeah. Yeah, pal.
Good luck.
You're going out of business, fucky.
Yeah.
Idiots.
Ariel Lewis, a local resident, told Wave 3, wearing that shirt is fucking offensive.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah. And that she has plans to never try Bell's Smokin' Barbecue. Do you make plans for that? How do you plan that?
So, as I see it, total value, total amount of money lost by Bell's Barbecue, 0.
Because you weren't going to shop there anyway.
You weren't a customer, so go fuck yourself.
I have plans never to try it.
I've marked it on my calendar never to stop there and have a rib.
Right.
Shut up. Fucking idiots.
Smith told the Courier-Journal that the post resulted in about 30 threatening calls.
Ooh.
A local church canceling its order for an upcoming festival and negative reviews on the BBQ joint social media pages after the Louisville Fairness Campaign shared the shirt on its Facebook page.
Right. Well, meanwhile, the guy more than made up for that with T-shirt orders.
Yeah, exactly. The first thing I thought when I saw was, what a bad idea, Chris Hartman, the Louisville Fairness Campaign director, said. What a bad business model to automatically isolate not just a segment of your potential customer base, but all their family and friends.
Then I saw that he made $30,000 in a week on an idea that'll be forgotten in a month, and I was like, you fucking brilliant genius. No one's going to remember this like 6 months from now. No one's going to remember. You know?
Yep. Eventually, the original post on Bell's Facebook page was replaced by an apology.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Bell's Smokin' Barbecue apologize if we offended any groups or organization or individuals with our shirt. We respect all beliefs and lifestyles and want no ill will toward anyone. We know each person has their own thoughts and beliefs, but we are hurt that people who are saying stop the hate are the ones coming at us with harassing messages and threatening phone calls.
Why apologize?
Again, we apologize for any hurt feelings and thank our supporters who truly know us.
Why apologize?
I disagree with that. They should have never apologized.
You know, they didn't do anything wrong. I mean, do they apologize if somebody burns their tongue on a fucking rib? I'm sorry about that. Really sorry that the hot food was hot. You know, I mean, what the fuck? Just fucking nothing. Don't even acknowledge the fucking hate.
Yeah.
Just move the fuck on.
But on the flip side of the coin,
yeah,
plenty of people in the community and beyond have also voiced their support for the barbecue business. In fact, according to Smith, all the shirts have been sold out and they're currently on back order.
All right, so he apologized, but he's not changing the behavior.
No, he's not changing it.
All right, well, I support the not changing it, but I don't support he's being a two-faced douche.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry that you're offended, but the shirts are still on back order for $12.99.
Right. I am from Austin, Texas, and I want one of those shirts. I got to have a 2X because I love barbecue. Is that our good friend Tex Nation?
I think so.
One person shared on Louisville's Fairness Campaign's post, "So much for freedom of speech. I'll take 2 shirts, please."
Oh, all right. Why? Hold on. Why in the world do people continue, and in 2019, after 17 million fucking articles have been written, to not understand freedom of speech? This is not a freedom of speech issue.
Yeah, well, they don't understand that it's the government squelching you, not the fact that you can't say what you want to say out in public.
And just because people are offended, there's no promise that you won't be offended by speech. There's no legal obligation not to be offensive.
Right.
You know, that's the whole crux of it. And people with their, well, if you complain, then you don't support freedom of speech. Yeah, I do. That's why I'm complaining. Whoever wrote that comment is a fucking dummy. Just a fucking dummy, because it's not a freedom of speech issue.
Yeah, I get it.
It's a expression over people's fucking false outrage issue.
Right.
That's what it is.
At the end of the day, we have to stand for what we believe in. And like I said, if I offended anyone, that wasn't our intention, but it was just a play on words.
Yeah. Bullshit. That part is bullshit, which is another reason that you don't apologize, because you basically lie.
Yeah.
No. His intent was absolutely to offend people, to shake the tree, to get people to recognize Bell's Barbecue. That was 100%. Do you really think that he put out the LGBT making fun of T-shirt, not expecting to offend anybody?
No, not at all. Who wouldn't know that?
Get the fuck out of here with that, with your fucking lying apology, you dumbbell. Just say, yeah. Why you want to have an apology? Here's your apology. I'm sorry that people think that I have to pretend that I respect their bullshit.
Why?
I don't respect anybody's social justice faggotry, and I'm not going to do it. Buy a T-shirt. That's what his apology should have been. Not, oh, well, if anybody was offended, I'm terribly sorry. That wasn't our intention. We just thought it was cute. Shut up.
Yeah.
Just shut up.
Yeah, you know what it means. You know exactly what you were doing.
You absolutely compared men on men butt fucking each other to buying your barbecue, and you made fun of it.
Right.
So shut up. Admit it. Why don't you just fucking make another shirt that says, use our barbecue sauce to grease his asshole?
Right.
That's exactly what you were saying with this fucking shirt. It's exactly the same. So shut up with your apology. You see, I was for the shirt.
I was
now
too.
I'm kind of against the shirt. Neeley, do not buy the shirt now. I don't want you to wear this shirt from this fucking coward.
Right.
This guy's a half a fucking... He's like a guy that flexes one arm because the other one's too skinny.
Right.
He's false. This guy's a fucking opportunist douche with no values. No sense of fucking, I'm going to stand up no matter what, and no sense of I'm going to offend no matter what. He's no Rick Camuglia. No. That's for goddamn sure.
Yeah, but he profited from something like that.
Well, good for him for making money off of stupidity. I love that I love the fact that he's out there making money off of people that fucking hate the LGBTQ nonsense. I support that wholeheartedly. That being said, this guy doesn't have a fucking backbone, which is disturbing. Rick Camuglia is the man.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely.
Rick backed down at all. And Rick had a lot more. What's this in? Some newspaper or something?
What the story?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just on, what is it? Yahoo Lifestyle.
Rick went on Fox News and everywhere else. Rick took it all over the country and never backed down.
That's true.
Good for Rick.
Well, that's how I found out about him, is because I heard him on the local radio AM station.
Yeah, well, Rick's got balls. This guy doesn't have near the balls of Rick Camuglia, that's for sure. And Rick went after a much more violent community.
He did.
I would say the Black Lives Matter people were a lot more vicious than the fucking, LGBTQIA 12634 community. No?
Yeah, I agree. Completely agree.
Yeah.
Well, here's something that might shock and outrage you, not you specifically, but, people, it's just amazing to me that people find symbols of this country to be offensive. Everything's offensive these days.
Okay.
Get this.
All right.
The City Council of Laguna Beach, California is reconsidering the design recently implemented on its new police cars.
Yeah.
A prominent American flag graphic.
They don't want American flags representing the police force.
Yeah, they don't want the American flag on the police cars. And here's the reason why.
All right, please tell me.
They reconsidered the design after some community members expressed shock and concern at the aggressive logo.
The aggressive logo?
It's an aggressive logo.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Kaepernick, you cunt fuck. This is a response to Kaepernick nonsense. Yeah. Wow.
In early March, Laguna Beach Police Department squad cars were rolled out. The word police features prominently across the side of each vehicle, painted in an Old Glory-inspired red, white, and blue design.
Mm-hmm.
And while some in the community take pride in the patriotic look, others found it problematic.
So fucking move! Just fucking move! Don't live in this country if you have a problem with the fucking flag that represents it. You fucking cunts. Fuck them. I hope these police shoot them for no reason, for jaywalking.
Exactly.
Just fucking mow them down. Cocksuckers. I'll bet you they fucking complained about the LGBTQ fucking barbecue as well. Fuck these cocksucking fucks. Fucking assholes.
One resident told the Times Community News that when he and his wife first noticed the new design while dining out, it was because he saw parents and children outside scattering around a group of patrol cars. There was like a little panic going on, and I was like, what's happening? He told the publication, when one of the cars is there, it works. All of a sudden, I saw this is not written very well. When one of them was there, it works. All of a sudden, I saw, wow, when there are 3, maybe 4 of them together, folks thought it was a SWAT team or federal agents. So it was a very striking, strong impact, so much that I think there might be some unintended consequences.
It's the cops. You're supposed to fucking...
Well, you know who's scattering, right?
Yeah, the criminals.
The illegals.
Yeah.
This is Laguna, California. This is just, 50 miles or so, 60 miles north of the border?
Somehow I don't think it was the flag emblem on the fucking side of the car that scattered them. Might have been the lights on the top.
But it's just like it's just too intimidating. People were scattering because they thought it was a SWAT team or some federal agents.
How about just fuck them? If you're afraid of the cops, you got to question why. You got to question why. And I get it. Some cops are fucking bad, and that's the risk you take living in the world. You know what? Try this kind of horse shit. I wish everybody that fucking complains about shit like this would have to go and live for 6 months in fucking Russia,
right,
or Turkey,
or North Korea,
or North Korea. I wish they would go there and then start saying, "Well, you know what? Your flag intimidates me." Off the roof with you. That's what we do with faggots in our country. Off the roof. That's what would happen. Stop whining about everything, you monumental faggots. Holy shit. God damn.
At a March 19th city council meeting, several Laguna Beach residents spoke up about the resistance to the new sign. Carrie Woodburn, a local artist, reportedly said it was shocking to see the boldest of the design, which said it felt very aggressive.
Let me rephrase that. Carrie, who didn't get the gig, was shocked and outraged that they chose someone else's fucking design. Shut up, Carrie, cunt. Shut up! Ugh. Go ahead.
Woodburn later clarified her opinion on Facebook.
Oh, well, that's good.
Writing, "For the record, I have no objection to the black and white cars," she added. "I have no issue with our American flag. My personal observation was that it felt aggressive and may not best represent our community."
Yeah, because when you're trying to do representation of police, the last thing that you want to give is a powerful message, right?
Yeah.
Soften the fucking way people look at police. That's what you want to do. You want to soften it. You want to make it nicer. You want to make it easier and more comfortable for everybody.
Right.
Shut up. You're supposed to be intimidated by the police. Sorry, I know people that have that whole, well, the government's too intrusive and blah, blah, blah. I get all that nonsense. But you know what? You're supposed to know that if the cops come around, you're a minute away from getting the fuck thumped out of you. That's what you're supposed to think when you see the police, so that you act fucking right.
Yeah, law and order.
Police come in at times when people are not acting right.
Correct.
And you're supposed to know that the minute that they come into your territory, that you're in danger if you don't fucking act appropriately. That's their job. Fucking artist. Of course she's an artist. Probably a liberal arts major, too, from Berkeley. You fucking twat. Go kill yourself. Go jump off the building so no one has to throw you off.
Right.
Fucking bitch.
Even City Council spokesperson Peter Blake told Yahoo Lifestyle that Woodburn came out and said something that would make perfect sense otherwise, as a city council often does defer to input from artists in the community. She didn't realize that she would be stepping on she didn't realize she would be stepping on a political landmine. The impetus for the landmine, according to Blake, was a vocal minority of political activists. Yeah, they're a political minority. They don't count. Next, whom he calls extremists that initially fought the new black and white design for the police vehicles. When they lost that battle, Blake said that they went after the stars and stripes. They even went to the American Legion to determine if it was disrespectful for the flag to be chopped up within the letters, Blake said. So the city council appointed Laguna Beach Police Chief Laura Fiornella to greenlight the final logo. We trust the police chief with the safety of the community, Blake said. We can trust her with the decision on what police cars will look like.
Right.
Blake said that an overwhelming majority of the community members are on board with the American flag logo. Attorney Jennifer Welsh-Zeter called the decorated Ford Explorers exceptional at the city's council meeting and said that those who vocally oppose the design are so filled with hatred toward this office of the President of the United States and the current occupant of that office that they cannot see through their current bias to realize that the police vehicle with the American flag is the ultimate American expression.
Yeah. Not saying anything wrong there.
Laguna Beach Police Captain Ryan Hotchkiss, president of the Laguna Beach Police Employees Association, spoke at a meeting to say that he has only heard positive feedback about the new vehicle he drives. Every time I come up on a stop sign, every time I come to a red light, someone is telling me that the car looks great. Every one of our members that drives the car loves it, and we look forward to keeping them with the way that they are.
See, man, this is fucking enraging.
I know.
In your town, does your town your town has a police force, right?
They do.
Do you know what their cars look like?
I do.
Do you?
I do.
Like really? Like if I gave you a piece of paper right now, could you draw the design that's on their car?
I could, yes.
Oh, see, I couldn't. I would not have a clue what my town's design is on their cars. You know why? Because I don't fear them.
Yeah.
I don't have any reason to run. I don't have any reason to give a shit if a cop is behind me or driving up my street or, I have no fear of the fucking police.
Well, neither do I. And when I'm out in public, if I'm at the grocery store or at a gas station or anything, if I see a cop walking through the grocery store, if I see one at the gas station filling up his car, I always make an effort to go over and shake his hand and say, thanks for your service.
Yeah, I do that too.
I do it all the time.
Yeah, I do that too with them and the fire department.
Yep.
I do that too. But as far as being offended or outraged or whatever by cop cars, shut up. Find something else. Go fucking pick on the fucking pussy husband that you have at home. That doesn't put you in line, you bitch. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of bitches that need to be put in line.
Exactly.
That's what it sounds like to me. whiny soap opera The View watching cunts that need to be straightened up a little bit. Go make a sandwich for me, you whore.
Yeah.
Stop whining about the police cars. Jeez, oh man.
Mayor Steve Dickdrow seemed to defend the new design, implying that the logo and the new black and white paint job are they're intentionally bold. This is about safety. I want everybody to see it, period.
Yeah.
Community members will discuss the controversial design and try to come up with a resolution at the new city council meeting scheduled for Tuesday. They're doing so out of an abundance of caution to address questions that have been raised about the process, said the city manager. Our social media community members who support the design are encouraging others to attend the meeting in order to defend the flag. Some are simply voicing their support.
Well, why don't we just get a bunch of pink hybrid Priuses for the police cars, and then take out the rifles as well, because those could be intimidating too. Maybe give everybody a slingshot or something instead. Let's make everything softer so that there's no reason to fear anything. You fucking faggots. What a bunch of bitches. Oh my God. Glad I don't live in Laguna. Jeez, oh man.
Yeah.
I can't imagine I'd do well in their grocery store.
Blake has no idea what the outcome of Tuesday's meeting will be, but he thinks it will be an absolute absurdity if it didn't allow the flag to stand.
Oh, good. Before long, they'll have a new design with a police chief out front apologizing for the design.
It's too aggressive. It's aggressive.
We didn't mean if anybody felt any kind of fear from the police. You know, it's our intention to serve the entire community, not just those that aren't offended by pictures. You know, we live in a fucking disastrous time. God, I cannot wait to die. And just be done with this bullshit.
Yeah.
Fuck this society. Well, what a fucking bunch of fags.
Yeah, but the thing is that this never went on 15 or 20 years ago.
Ohio grown in the chat room. That's funny. He goes, "Stop, or I'll yell stop again." That's what these fucking idiots want.
Yeah.
They want the police to say, "Excuse me, could you stop running, please?"
Exactly.
No, well, okay. Don't trip. Don't fall. Idiots. Oh, why do you do this?
Because I know that this is the heat that the show needs.
This is the the American flag is definitely a button for me.
Of course, it's a button for me as well.
Unfucking believable. For every single person that's ever had a bullet thrown at them in a war or in a circumstance, defending that fucking flag, for people to whine about it because it's too powerful, that's the whole fucking point.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the most powerful symbol. It's supposed to be the most powerful symbol in this country is that flag. And I miss the old days when it was respect it or get the fuck out.
Yep.
I miss those days so badly. This society we're in today, everybody needs to feel good about everything, and nobody can have their feelings hurt because we got to be inclusive of everybody. Oh, shut up. Oh, my God. Ugh. And fuck this artist.
Well, from reading the rest of the article there, it sounds like this is a very, very minority consensus.
Yeah.
But we're in the environment where the tail wags the dog these days.
Yeah. I don't know. I just get sick of it. It's disgusting to me.
Yep. Well, I just hope more people, one of the messages, since you and I have a platform and since we do have an audience, I just would like to encourage people who at least listen to the show to step up and not be afraid and not back down and, put these people in their place.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh, no. Chad in the chat room wants to say, unless you're like the kid in Cleveland that had a toy gun and got shot and killed. Oh, you mean the kid that didn't, that was terrorizing the city but prior to the police coming down and didn't drop the gun when he was told to? That kid? You're right, Chad. You're right. They shouldn't have shot him. Whatever. And I'm sure next thing, he was shot because he was black. Ugh.
No, he was shot because he was wielding a gun. He was wielding a gun that had the orange tip removed.
Yeah, exactly. No, but that doesn't matter, man. They should put everybody else's life at risk because he was pretending. And he was just a poor child. Whatever.
All right, one more story since it is Easter.
Mm-hmm.
This happened over in, near your neck of the woods.
Okay.
An Ohio church has issued an
apology
after a video surfaced online of a youth pastor encouraging middle and high school students to spit on him, slap him, and cut him with a steak knife for an Easter lesson meant to illustrate what Jesus Christ willingly endured during a crucifixion.
Jesus. All right, maybe they had a right to apologize on this. Right. That's going the extra mile for your sermon. Holy cow.
Right. Obviously, parents thought the lesson went too far.
They might be right.
Interesting first name of this guy.
Yeah.
Pastor Judeus Dempsey.
Judeus Dempsey.
Yeah.
All right.
Of the Impact City Church in Pataskala appeared on
Facebook
to take the responsibility for the lesson. This was completely my idea. Again, I let the students know that there was no repercussions whatsoever, Dempsey said. In fact, even several of the students felt bad afterwards, and I told them that it was what I asked them to do.
Wow.
The video depicts Pastor Dempsey being hit and spit on as he remains silent. The students can be heard laughing loudly and asking for another turn to hit the man.
Jeez.
Dempsey then removed his shirt and picks up a steak knife. Students are heard asking, "Are you serious?" and telling one other not to do it. One insists that the person holding the knife doesn't do it hard. Eventually, another adult enters the frame, but only tells the young student to not cut Dempsey too deeply.
Who's going to take a beating and then hand the kids a knife and say, well, don't stab me hard?
Yeah, well, go ahead and cut him. Just don't go real deep.
Yeah, don't stick him hard.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'm serious. You've got to be very gentle, Dempsey said as the children passed the knife between each other until ultimately one student cut into Dempsey's back slightly.
Yeah.
The Impact City Church issued a statement on Tuesday informing the community that its board of directors launched a review and investigation, and the church will implement their recommendations. Many of you who were disgusted, many of you who were hurt by that, who gets hurt by this? I get so tired of people when they're hurt.
Well, my feelings,
Yeah, this hurt. I see that word pop up so often now.
You know who got hurt? The pastor.
Yeah.
He's the only one who got hurt. And he probably liked it. He probably goes, when he's off duty, he's got some chick and gotten him tied up, kicking him in the balls.
Yeah,
and shit.
she wears her leather gear, and she's out there whooping his ass.
Yep, stomping on his nutsack.
Many of you were very confused as to what was taking place at the church. We agree it was inappropriate for the audience, lead pastor Justin Ross said.
Yeah.
My intention was to show them how much Jesus loved them, and I love them as a student leader for almost 4 years now, Dempsey said. Tonight was an anomaly. It is not normally what happens. Well, I would hope not.
Yeah, no kidding.
And,
wow.
I'm deeply sorry for the pain that I have caused.
Man. Next year, a projector and Passion of the Christ, my friend.
Exactly.
Might not have to go the extra mile with the spitting and the cutting and
right,
stuff.
Right.
Well, that's performance art 101.
Exactly. One couple, Mandy and Josh. You know Mandy and Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the couple down the road.
Yeah, those guys, they sit in the second pew.
Yeah.
I know them.
They saw that their son was handed the knife in the video, and according to WBNS, reached out to the Licking County Sheriff's Office. Now they went to the police.
Yeah, that was kind of a dumb move. Wouldn't their kid be the one that would be fucking in trouble?
Well, it's like he made him take that knife.
Yeah, well, but he still took it.
Yeah.
Whew. Wow.
I do want to
apologize.
Apology. A personal apology, not an apology all over Facebook, Mandy told the outlet. I think that he should personally apologize to me and all the kids involved and their parents.
So wait a minute. She said she wants a personal apology, not on Facebook?
Yeah.
On Facebook.
Yeah.
She went to Facebook to say, I don't want an apology on Facebook.
Yeah, I want you to personally come up to me. Mandy, I'm very sorry. I'm sorry I indulged your child with a knife.
Yeah. Bless you, Mandy.
Yeah. In no way do we condone that students or anyone else should spit on someone, should slap them, or use a weapon to harm anyone or harm ourselves, Ross said in a Facebook video. And we have a lot to evaluate to ensure that this situation like this doesn't happen again.
Right.
I will be so glad when Facebook goes bankrupt.
Well, I don't think it's going bankrupt anytime soon. But
I don't know.
They got a lot of billions in value still.
True.
It's a long way to bankrupts. I mean, look at how fucking far Microsoft has fallen from grace, and they're nowhere near bankrupt.
Yeah.
So I don't think you're going to see. I think people are going to stop using it, but it's just going to morph into something else.
Well, that's true. I mean, the only thing that that Zuckerberg did that was smart was to buy the Instagram platform.
Yeah, and that seems to be where some of these stories are starting to be like, as seen on Instagram, so and so said.
Right.
You know, Instagram is becoming the new Facebook, I guess, but yeah, I'm fucking over social media.
Yeah. I don't mean to sound condescending, but the average person out there doesn't need to have a voice on social media.
Or in life.
Or ever. We don't ever need to hear from you, ever.
Just do your job and go home.
Yep.
That's all we need to hear. That's it. I agree. I miss those days.
Yeah.
Those were good days when none of us had a voice.
I'm sorry, but 80% of you, nobody ever needs to hear from you again.
Exactly. You have texting. Text your friends.
Yeah.
That's all that really matters. I'm outraged. Shut up. Who cares?
Well, one more quick story since we're in this, kind of pro-American mode.
Okay. We are.
Well, sort of.
All right.
People are getting tired of this whole illegal immigration thing and nobody really doing anything about it or fighting the president every step of the way when he's trying to contain the situation.
Right.
So, you're going to get your vigilante types and people are just like, you know what? If our government doesn't step up and enforce the law the way it's written,
right,
we're going to have to do something.
Okay.
The American Civil Liberties Union, the ACLU, wants members of a volunteer militia group arrested for detaining immigrants at gunpoint and impersonating U.S. Customs and Border Protection.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Members of the United Constitutional Patriots, a conservative group in New Mexico, unofficially patrol the U.S.-Mexican border in their home state and detain immigrants crossing the borders.
Yeah, okay.
This week, the group detained nearly 300 people, including families with young children near Sunland Park, as recorded in a video posted to
Facebook, of course,
by member Jim Benvey. Oh, and look what we have here, guys. Ben V43 said during the live video while stopping a family. Border control, he told the group, despite the fact that he is not employed by the U.S. government.
So they're not employed by anybody?
No, they're just down there doing it themselves.
Yeah, that would be kidnapping, my friend.
Yeah, it's just like, fuck those people. They're not going to patrol these borders and stop these illegals. Well, we're just going to have to do it ourselves.
What are they trying to say? Citizens arrest?
Yeah, I guess that it might be that. I don't know.
I got a feeling these people are going to do a little time. Can't do that.
I agree. In the video, Benvie is joined by his camouflage-clad partner who calls border security agents to relieve the immigrants. You know what's coming through that wall, said Benvie? You got to have the kids. That's the passport.
Yeah.
In more videos, Benvie calls for people to stand behind President Trump, describing immigration as a very organized invasion. A Border Patrol agent temporarily left 5 women and their children in the care of the United Constitutional Patriots. Right. Videos of hot and thirsty families cowering in the sand caused the ACLU of New Mexico to demand state officials intervene. On Thursday, the organization sent a letter to Governor Michelle Grisham and Attorney General Hector Balderas. The Trump administration's vile racism has emboldened white nationalists and fascists to flagrantly violate the law. The Trump administration's vile racism.
I don't see. Could you read me where the Trump administration said, if you live near the border, detain people?
No.
Where did he say that? Because I don't recall that.
Yeah. Well, it's saying that, this perceived vile racism of the Trump administration has strengthened the white nationalists to say, it's cool if we just do this.
Okay, well, first of all, the person that wrote that needs to turn off Rachel Maddow.
I agree.
Secondly, there's no one in government saying, be a vigilante, stop people at the border.
Right.
Nobody is saying that. If fucking kooks are fucking doing that, then those kooks need to be arrested.
I agree.
Let's get real here. That's just stupid.
This has no place in our state. We cannot allow racists. Why are they racist?
Because they're not black or Latino?
No. If you're thinking, and I'm not saying they're doing the right thing, I'm just saying we have laws that say you can't come into this country illegally.
Mm-hmm.
Does enforcing that law, not that they're in a position of authority to do that, but basically they're trying to enforce the laws that are in place. Why does that make you a racist?
Well, because you're guided weakly by fucking media. If you're weak-minded enough to be guided by media, then you can fucking claim the racist word because that's the buzzword of the minute.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. It's not racist. Tomorrow it'll be some other term. And then when it's that term, then everybody will be like, they'll have forgotten the word racist.
Well, but see, here's the thing. The Trump administration is trying to, strengthen the border wall and strengthen the
border security.
Yeah, border security. That's what I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So that act alone, that's a racist act to do that.
Oh. The problem is that and I don't want to turn this into a whole politic thing.
Well, it's not a politic thing. It's just a discussion. It's just like, why is
politics? Well, it's politics because the race being called a racist, even though it's been devalued to a lot of people, is still a buzzword that most people can't wear on their shoulder.
Right.
It's a label that most people will fight no matter what to not have that label on them. They don't want to be called a racist. And the other side, the left side, uses that to try and get the illegals in, because in the other sense, they're also trying to say that you don't need IDs to vote and that immigrants should be allowed to vote, whether they're legal or not, et cetera, et cetera. It's a vote grab.
Well, I know the reason why.
Oh, but that's why they keep claiming racism.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is, but see here, I've talked to people about this, and pro and con, and I've talked to people who said, "Oh, that border wall, that's just a waste of money. There's no reason to have a border wall." Blah 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 blah. And then you got the open border crowd that wants to benefit from exactly what you're talking about there, about future voters and keeping the Democrats in power forever and a day, and so on and so forth. Well, the same people who support open borders, they have no problem showing their passport at the Canadian border to go across to Canada.
Well, I get it. And,
and it's just like, well, you're a white person. If you tried to cross the Canadian border without a passport,
right,
they'd throw your ass in jail. Are you going to scream racism because they did that, or are they enforcing their border laws?
Yeah, but again, it goes to the bigger picture. It's in this country, the illegal immigrants now being the push to get votes to count is what this is about.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. It's definitely a political thing. These people don't give a shit. Look, and again, now we're turning into a politic thing. But look at the backlash last week, and I'll be honest, I'm speaking from a place of 5,000 foot view because I really did not read a single story. I just kind of blipped through it on Twitter.
Yeah,
people complaining about it. But look at the backlash last week from when Trump said, well, yeah, we're going to put all these illegals in sanctuary cities.
Yeah.
And every goddamn celebrity that was all for sanctuary cities was like, no, not my city.
Not my city. Oh, no.
No fucking way. Not in my city. It's all politics.
I know.
You're trying to find a rational solution to a bullshit story.
I agree.
It's a bullshit reason that they're trying to fight border security and all that shit. In the end, every one of these people, if it affects their life, they're for gunning people down.
Exactly.
That's just the truth of the matter. Everybody is. I don't care what you believe in. If it impacts your life in a negative way, you want it stopped. Anything, any solution, any subject. If it impacts you negatively, you want it stopped.
Of course.
And right now, what impacts negatively is not having enough votes to get in the fucking leftist agenda. So that's why this is going on. Yep. It's nonsense. It's political. It has nothing to do with what's right or wrong and, following the rules of the border or whatever. Put in Joe Biden in 2 years and you'll see this fucking discussion stop. Then all of a sudden you'll have a much quieter but consistent border security going on because then they won't need the votes.
Right.
That's just the way it works.
I get it. I know the reason.
Yeah.
This has no place in our state. We cannot allow racist and armed vigilantes to kidnap and detain people who are seeking asylum.
Yeah, you can. You can.
Peter Simpson, executive director of the ACLU of New Mexico, says that the group's actions are illegal. Well, I agree with that. They say that they're making citizens arrests, Chris Aiken. However, those can only be executed in the context of a felony. Crossing the border is a misdemeanor at the least as the first-time offense. So they're just admitting they're breaking the law.
Mm-hmm.
The United Constitutional Patriots, however, may be committing state and federal crimes such as kidnapping, false imprisonment, impersonating law enforcement officers, says Simpson. They wear camo and self-made badges, but they are not deputized by the U.S. Border Patrol.
Right.
A representative of the U.S. Customs and Border Protection said that it does not endorse private groups or organizations taking enforcement matters into their own hands. Interference by civilians in law enforcement matters could have a public safety and legal consequence for all parties involved. Border security operations are complex and require highly trained professionals with adequate resources to protect the border. Border Patrol welcomes assistance from the community and encourages people who witness or suspect illegal activity to call 911 or the U.S. Border Patrol tip line.
Yeah. In other words, go home.
Yeah.
Go home, arm your house, and if they try to break into your house, lay them dead. That's what you're supposed to do.
Right. But the government is ignoring or condoning illegal activity, say the ACLU. To our knowledge, border control agents have made at least 2 trips to pick up immigrants the vigilante groups has held at gunpoint. Law enforcement has an obligation to hold the group accountable. It's an explosive situation.
Right.
New Mexico Governor Michelle Grisham states that immigrant families might be menaced or threatened in any way, shape, or form when they arrive at our border, oftentimes after the unimaginably arduous journey is completed, is completely unacceptable. It should go without saying that regular citizens have no authority to arrest or detain anyone. My office and our state police are coordinating with the Attorney General's office and local police to determine what has gone on and what can be done. Mm-hmm. Attorney General Hector Balderas sent a statement to Yahoo Lifestyle on the situation as well. My office has been informed that this week an armed group has detained nearly 300 people near Sunland Park, New Mexico. He said these individuals should not attempt to exercise authority reserved for law enforcement. Ben V and a rep from the United Constitutional Patriots did not respond to an interview. Ben V told the New York Times that he simply issues a verbal citizen's arrest. If these people follow our verbal commands, we hold them until Border Patrol comes, Ben V told the New York Times. Border Patrol has never asked us to stand down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, they should. The Border Patrol is not... They're not equipped to be telling a bunch of vigilantes to step down either. That's not their job.
Yeah.
Their job is to fucking capture people coming across the border illegally, not police criminal activity other than that.
Yeah.
That would be local police that are supposed to be, which I can't believe the local police in whatever area this is aren't rounding these fucking yokels up. What are they doing? I guess they're probably in a conference worrying about the flag on their fucking cars.
Exactly.
They're too busy to stop this fucking kidnapping ring here. Yeah, these guys need to stop.
Yeah, I know.
Just stop. Stop playing soldier. Stop playing fucking border guard.
Yep.
Go home. Take care of your family. And if somebody comes into your house illegally, whether they're an illegal immigrant or a fucking naturalized citizen, shoot them dead.
Right.
That's your job. Shoot people in your house dead if they break in. Other than that, don't worry about it. Just move the fuck on. You'll be dead before the country's taken over anyway. So shut up.
Well, you get the weekend warrior guys who it's like enough's enough already. God damn it! If somebody doesn't do something, I'm going to go do something.
Yeah. Well, try that in any other country. See what happens. Try that in North Korea. They'll fucking throw you in jail and forget the key. The key will be gone. You will die hungry in fucking a gulag. Just whatever. These people need to stop. I'm pro border security. I'm not pro citizens fucking imposing their will.
Right.
Because what stops them next from going to the liquor store and saying, "Hey, you don't need that fucking booze. I'm going to stop you. I don't want to be on a road that you might drunk drive on.
Right.
So I'm going to stop you." You gotta nip this kind of bullshit in the bud. You can't let this go on.
Well, I agree. It's just like, as much as you just might not want to sit still and, watch that kind of shit happen. It's just like you can't go out there with waving your guns around and saying, "Citizens arrest."
Yeah. Yeah, and fake badges and shit. You should be in jail for that. Quite honestly, they should give them a pretty solid sentence for that.
Well, they should give them a pretty good stern talking to.
Yeah. Well, but don't offend them.
Yeah, don't offend them though.
Don't offend them.
Right. All right. Well, let's take a little break.
All right.
I'm gonna play some Iron Maiden.
Okay.
From the Matter of Life and Death.
All right.
And These Colors Don't Run, pal.
Yeah, pal.
It's Iron Maiden exclusively here
on your classic metal show.
Hello, boys and girls. This is Nico McBrain, extraordinaire, wonderful, handsome-looking drummer, best one in any rock and roll band, and you are listening to me on the Classic Metal Show.